My name is Jody. I'm 22 years old.
When did you start dancing?
I started dancing at the age of 14, actually. I think I had one ballet class when I was maybe 8, and I hated it. I totally hated it. So then I always danced by myself, freestyle by myself at home. I always was a creative kid, but I never ever took dance classes before. So I think at the age of 14, I just took my first hip hop class ever, and that's when I started.
What initiated you to start a dance education?
So I come from a very small town, and in my town there's nothing, literally nothing going on. And I always saw all these TV things, so the only thing I knew about dance was the commercial stuff. I didn't know anything about theater. And then I started doing hip-hop dance, choreography and freestyle. And actually from the first moment I took that class, I knew, okay, this is gonna be it, but I have to be more of an all-round dancer, because every time when I watched movies or music videos, I saw people doing everything, not only hip-hop. So then I started doing ballet, even though I still hated it at that point, because I was a hip-hop dancer, so I hated doing ballet, but I knew I had to be an all-round dancer. So I did that, and then I graduated my high school and I had to make a decision what I was going to study for. But for me, the only option was dance. I didn't think of anything else, because what I just said, literally the moment I started taking dance classes, I knew this is going to be it. So my next step is going to be a dance academy. And then that's when I auditioned for the dance academy, and that's when I got in. So it went really quickly.
But why did you choose for CU profile?
At first, because I was more of a hip-hop dancer than a modern dancer. So I thought getting into an education, I didn't think I would get in if I would choose the modern part. And the audition was, the first round was you had to do almost everything, but you already had to choose which profile you wanted to. And I think the profile contemporary urban was more, it fitted me more, the person who I am. And it spoke to me more because it's more of an all-round education, I think, than the modern department. Because the modern department is more about all the technical modern stuff, and then the contemporary urban, we still got the modern part. We got Limon, we got Graham, we got contemporary. We actually got everything, and next to that we also got urban. So I was like, I just love everything about dance, so I just want to learn everything. So the CU profile fit my thoughts more, but also the person who I was, because my technical side was not that great when I started here. So I really had to work hard for that part. So that's why I did the CU part. Yeah.
What would be your advice to the younger Jody who just started the education?
I'm actually very proud of what I did when I was 17, when I got into school, because I focused on school a lot, but I also focused on things next to school. And I cannot say that, it's maybe stupid to say, but I cannot say that about a lot of people. Everyone always stayed into school. It's definitely not gonna work if you only stay into school. You really have to get outside of these walls, see things, travel, take dance classes, workshops, go to battles, go to theater shows, do all of this. And I actually did that from the moment I started my dance education. The only thing that I really have to say to myself is, take your rest. You're so young and you want to do everything already, and you're not taking good care of your body. And that's what got me messed up at one point, because I had to do my first year over, because I got injured in October. When I went to my first year, I got injured in October, and it was my hamstring was almost ripped. So I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even walk. It was very hard for me. So, but that's because I was so ambitious. I did everything what I wanted to do, and then I just didn't take care of myself. So I think taking care of your body, have enough sleep, enough rest, and good food, all of these things, and a good schedule is so important. So I was very ambitious, but I was a little too ambitious at that point. Yeah.
Looking back on the education, what would you do differently?
I would take ballet more seriously. At one point I took it very seriously, and I was there every time, but it just took me a long time to believe in myself that I could also be a technical dancer. Every time when people ask me, what type of dancer are you? In the beginning I would always say, yeah, I'm a hip hop dancer, but I also do the technical part, I also do ballet. But yeah, I'm not that good yet. So I always put myself in a box. And putting yourself in a box is the worst thing you can do, because you're a dancer. That's it, you're a dancer, period. A dancer doesn't mean that you have to dance in one style. A dancer is just an all-round thing. You can do, it's a freestyle actually. Freestyle should be the word for every dancer, and then that can still be choreography, but it's a free style. But we always put ourselves into a box, so I think that's what I did a lot in the first year. I always said to myself, no, I'm more of a hip-hop dancer and I'm not that good in technical, because I was embarrassed, because I had to work so much harder than the other people. So I didn't, because of that, because of being ashamed and feeling insecure, I didn't take it that serious, because I just didn't know how to do it. I was afraid, I was scared. So then at one point I realized that I had to put more work into ballet to get better at the technical part, and that's what I did. And at the end it went much better. But I think if I would have take it a little bit more serious from the beginning and have a good night rest and everything as well, then it would have been maybe a little bit better technical. But at the end it makes me the dancer who I am today, so it's okay. But I think that was the biggest struggle for me. Yeah.
What was your first impression when you just first came to Fontes Dance Academy?
I was like, oh my god, I'm in a movie. It felt like being in Fame or one of the old movies, because I love the old ones, or in Honey, or yeah, it really felt like that. I saw people singing and dancing on the hallways, and I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy, but this fits me. This is who I am. I am that crazy person as well, so it totally fits me. So yeah, my first impression of Fontes was actually really good. When I looked at the class, I was like, oh my god, I never did this before. I just come from such a small town. We didn't have these serious high-level classes. We didn't have it at all, and I couldn't travel because I was too young. So I thought I knew so much about dance, but I didn't know a thing. So Fontes literally opened my view to everything, the good and the bad as well. But it literally opened everything for me. It impressed me so much. Yeah.
Did the school fulfill your expectations?
The school didn't fulfill my expectations, but that was because I already didn't know a lot about dance in general anyway. So I always thought of dance being more on the commercial side than the theater side. And then when I got into this school, it was actually all about theater. It wasn't anything about commercial. It wasn't anything about background dancing. And that was everything I only knew about dance. So my expectations were so different. And of course, you always watch these kind of movies, and then in the movies it's just all singing and dancing and happy and blah, and also the difficult times. So that was the only thing I knew. Even though I knew it were just movies, that's kind of what you expect, because you don't know anything else, especially coming from a little town. And then, so yeah, when I got into the school and I saw it was all about theater, I was like, okay, this is totally different than I expected, but that's fine, because I'm open for everything and I just want to learn more about dance. So theater is fine as well. So. Yeah.
Did the education help you to become a versatile dancer?
Yes and no. I think we had a lot of different technical classes, also technical urban classes. So yes, it kind of helped me to be more around, especially with the technical part, the ballet, the modern, limon part, because that wasn't my good side. So I learned a lot in school, and we did get some urban classes, but I think for the people who started as a modern dancer in the school, the urban department was very hard for them. So well, very hard. The urban classes were not enough actually. So for the dancers who came in as a contemporary dancer, it was very hard, I think, to level up in the urban part. And for me, being an urban dancer, getting all of these technical classes, it was very nice, because we got a lot of more technical classes. And next to school, I always took hip-hop classes everywhere around. I just went to Amsterdam, I got back at 1 at night, I had ballet in the morning again at 9. So I always did that myself. So for me, it actually helped. The school made me an all-around dancer, but that was because I started as a hip-hop dancer here. And for a lot of people starting as a contemporary dancer here, I think the urban is not on a level as high as the contemporary part. So I think if you want to be a versatile dancer when you started here as a contemporary dancer, you have to take classes outside of school. Nowadays it's already better. You guys getting crump, getting whacking, all of these things. So we didn't get it at all, nothing like that. So that's really good. But still, I think the technical department is much better, much higher than the urban department. So for me it helped, but not for everyone. I think it was a perfect match. Yeah.
Do you focus on a certain styles right now after the graduation?
Yes, I did. I think focusing on everything is a little too much because there are so many styles, but I love every style. I literally love everything about dance. So for me it was I always felt like I had to choose, but then at one point I was like, no, I don't have to choose. If I want to dance hip-hop today, I'm gonna dance hip-hop today. If I want to do heels after, I'm gonna do heels after. Contemporary, everything. So it helps that I'm teaching in different styles. So I have been teaching at this dance academy in Utrecht. That was a contemporary urban class, so I still was doing my contemporary. And with improvising and battles, I still do contemporary. I don't take a lot of technical classes though, because there's not a lot outside of dance academies. But then I teach hip-hop classes, I teach heels classes, so I'm still improving my own styles, and I think those 3 styles are my best ones. But then next to that, a lot of my friends are crumpers, so I love to just watch them and learn from them, and now I'm taking the classes as well. I did tap for a while. I just do what I want to do. If I feel like doing this style for a while, I'm gonna do that style. I'm just gonna take classes. So I just think you should never ever focus on one style, because every style helps the other one. Every style helps the other one. So contemporary still helps hip hop, and the other way around. Crump as well, heels as well. So I just don't focus on one. I focus on whatever I feel like doing right now. What makes me happy. Yeah.
Did you struggle with finding a dance job after graduating from Fontes?
No, I was lucky enough to just go through everything and just have jobs. But that's because in my internship year I started really working as a dancer. So I already did some little in-between jobs, and I worked as a teacher for a very long time already, for I think 7 years, maybe 6 years. So I always had the money through dance, but it was more through teaching. And then in my internship year, I started, I went to Los Angeles. First I did a theater show, so I did both things. So I did a theater show first with Rosja and Leonie van Andel. And then I went to Los Angeles for 2 months. I actually wanted to go 3 months, but then I got a job in Holland. And during the time I was there, it went through, I was there around Christmas. And then around Christmas, all the choreographers are gone and blah, blah, blah. So then I decided to come back earlier. So I trained a lot there. So I got myself better and better and better. And I posted a lot of videos on Instagram. And then I got my first job in Holland for 14 concerts in Ahoy. It's the biggest arena here. It's called Vrienden van Amstel. That was the first commercial job I did, and I got paid for it. And I was like, oh, this paycheck, this is my first paycheck as a dancer. And that was January 2018, so that's 1 year ago. And then I was still my internship year. So I was so happy because it was my internship as well, but I got paid as a professional. And from there on, the choreographer, his name is Timo Steffens, and he is actually the guy in Holland who has all of the biggest jobs in the commercial scene. And I knew I wanted to go for commercial for a while. Maybe in a year I want to do theater. I'm still open for it, but for now I wanted to focus on commercial. So I focused on that so that I had the direction what I wanted to go for. And from there on, he actually kept on asking me for different things, and then other people saw me too, other choreographers. So I just did one audition for Let's Dance, and the other things, there was also a concert, and the other things actually just went through Instagram really weirdly. And then when I graduated, I was doing a TV show. The moment that I was graduating, I was running to different cities in this country, doing a TV show, and actually from there on everything just went on. So I was very lucky, very blessed, but that's because I went for it from the first year already. I did everything what I could have done to make connections and everything. So my mindset was always, okay, this is what I want to do, business, go for it. And that's why I got the jobs. Not because I stayed at school and graduated and then, because a lot of people don't get a job after graduation because it's so hard. It's so hard to audition. There are not a lot of auditions in Holland. So you have to, sometimes you really have to get it from your connections, and that's what I had. So I'm very blessed that I had the jobs immediately, yeah.
What do you count as your biggest achievement, dance-wise?
The thing is, I appreciate so many things about life in general and about jobs. So with every job there is something that I'm like, oh, this is why I love this one. Maybe my Los Angeles trip, not even a job, I think. Because I learned so much being by myself in America, on the other side of the world, just going for it, meeting so many people, meeting choreographers, just growing every day, dancing. I think just the vibe around there, I think that is one of my biggest achievements. I don't think it's a job. Because jobs are nice and there will always be something that you're like, oh, this is amazing, but then at the end it's work. And at one point you get to understand that dance is working as well. It's not only being happy and fun. So I think yeah, traveling through dance, because I have been traveling a lot to Israel as well, a country I would never think I would go, but I was assisting a choreographer called Mechnu in GSR. And that was, I think, in the second year. And yeah, so Los Angeles, Israel, these things, traveling, not getting paid, nothing, just paying everything myself, but traveling through dance, amazing, really, yeah.
What, in your opinion, is harder to deal with as a dancer, mentality or physicality?
Mentality, yeah, for sure. The thing is, some people have a really good physical body, some people are very flexible, some people are very strong, some people just have a natural rhythm, but it all doesn't matter if your mentality is not in the right place. And it all starts by yourself, by you as a person, not by you as a dancer. Because when I was 17 and I went to this school, I always thought dance is the only thing that matters, but it's not. And the older you get, the more you realize that there is so much more in life, and that it's really, really important that you are healthy, that you have a healthy mindset for yourself personally, that you are okay. And then after that, there is dance. It's not dance first and then you. Because if you put yourself on the second place, you will not be a healthy dancer, so it will only get harder. And dancing, the dance world is so hard. So you just have to work on yourself and be happy and do whatever you feel like, and don't push yourself too much. I did it. I pushed myself too much always, because I just always wanted to do more and more and more. People always told me to slow down and to realize what I'm even doing, to realize my growth. I never did it, and I always felt like, no, I'm still not there yet, and I always felt insecure. But then I'm like, no, it's so much more important to be good as a person and to feel good and to be happy, so that dance can make you more happy. Because otherwise dance is not gonna make you happy anymore. So it's really mentally, and it's you. Just be you.
Were there the moments in your life where you wanted to give up on dance?
When I was in school, I think maybe the second year, or the second or the third year, there were moments that I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And that was also because of school. It wasn't really because of dance at the end, because if I just think only about dance and about moving and about feeling the music, then I would always love to dance. Dance would always be one of the things I want to do. But it's everything around. There are so many things that come by while you're doing a dance academy. And at one point I was like, I'm so frustrated because I cannot be who I want to be. I cannot do what I want to do. School is just pushing me in this direction. I don't even want to go there. So I always had to be on myself, and I always had fights in school and blah blah blah. And people just, sometimes I didn't pass classes, and then the reasons were really weird to hear why I didn't pass the class, because I worked so hard, and at the end of the day I'm the one doing the jobs right now, but they always pushed me in a different direction. But I think they always wanted for me to to get better. So that's why they did it. So it's a good thing, but it was so hard at one point. So there were many times that I'm like, even now, right at this moment, I have no clue what I want to do in life. Really, like I always thought that I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but now I'm doing these jobs and I love doing the jobs, but then I'm there and then I'm like, no, this is not it. This is not fulfilling. And then again, I come back to the point that I'm like, it's so much more important to be healthy, to be a healthy person, and then dance comes again. So that's what I'm realizing right now. I'm going through that process right now, and it's really hard, but it's okay. And when you accept it, it's gonna be fine. But there are a lot of moments you want to quit, and it's, you know what? If you want to quit dance, that's fine. And then maybe a year later, you're gonna be like, I want to pick it up again. We always take it so hard, and it's always like, no, dance has to be everything, blah 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 blah, and this and this. No, there's so much more art in this world, and there are so many things that you can do or that you can see what will make your dance better. And sometimes it means to take a break and just go do something completely else, maybe drawing, painting, whatever you want to do, and then it will help you in dance eventually as well. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of struggles in life as a dancer. But that's okay, you just have to accept it.
How do you keep yourself motivated?
Sometimes it's really hard to keep myself motivated, but I'm a dreamer. I love to daydream. I just love to see the best in everything. I just try, I always try to be positive. And what I do a lot of times is watching documentaries or just videos on YouTube, and then it just depends. The one time I'm watching Beyonce behind the scenes, because I just love to see what happens behind the scenes, not only the dancing part but also the organization part. It really speaks to me. So then I'm gonna watch videos and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, this is nice to see, or maybe I can do this, or this is there as well, because we only see what's here in Holland, but there's so much more outside of the world. But sometimes it's not enough, and then I just try to just dance with people, go jam with people, or just go to a theater show, or just travel. I love to travel a lot, because every time when I go to another country and I take dance classes, or even when I don't take the dance classes but just go to another country, it just motivates me to do more, and I see new things. And I just always try to think that everyone is just special, as their own person. So I really try to not compare myself, and otherwise when I compare myself, sometimes then I just go do a thing that I'm really good at. So maybe a class that I'm always killing, like, oh yes, I got this choreography. I'm just gonna do that so that at the end of the class I can feel good about what I did, because sometimes you need that. A lot of times we go to classes because we have to learn and we have to get better, and the classes are maybe too hard or too difficult at a point, but then you go down every time, because then you're like, oh shit, I can't do this. But sometimes you just have to go to a class, take the class, do what you're really good in, and then at the end you will feel good again, and you will get more motivated.
What are you currently busy with?
Dance-wise or life-wise?
Life-wise
What
can be
life-wise?
also.
So in a few days I'm gonna go to New York. So I'm very excited, because that has been one of my biggest dreams ever. I traveled a lot, I traveled to LA, I did a lot of things, but I've never been to New York, and that's one of my motivations, New York. I want to go there to take classes, but if I don't feel like taking classes, I'm not gonna take classes, I'm just gonna enjoy the city. So that's what I'm doing right now, life-wise, and I'm just really trying to find out what I want to do in life. What keeps me motivated right now. I'm just trying to find that out, because sometimes it's just, I don't know, I just start to doubt everything. At this point I'm very insecure about what I want to do. I was always really like this, and I'm still like that. I will always be like that, but now I'm finding out that there is so much in life, so I'm just literally exploring right now. And then I'm doing jobs at the same time. I'm doing jobs this weekend. I have two performances, and I'm teaching class. I'm just living life. I'm drinking coffee with my friends, because I love to do that. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out life right now.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah, right now that's a really hard question. But maybe I literally have no idea right now. I always thought I knew because 1 year ago it would have been Los Angeles dancing with one of the biggest artists, maybe Chris Brown or Justin Timberlake, and I still would love to do that. But what I would really love is maybe to have an online platform one day where I can put dance, fashion, videos, all of these things together, but also maybe a blogging part where I can more of a Q&A, but also people that can ask me questions about things in life and that I can help them, maybe something like that. So because I love to, I just know for myself that I love to dance, I love to be creative, I love fashion, I love art, drawing, writing, but I also really love to help people. That just fulfills me so much. So I would just love to connect all of it because I don't want to choose one thing. So I'm really trying to find something that I can do all of these things because I have too much energy to focus on one thing and I get bored real quickly. Not by art and stuff, but just by focusing on one thing. I'm like, oh, I want to do something new. I'm very ambitious about a lot of things, so I hope just one day, maybe in 5 years, I have my own platform and I can just be my own boss. Well, I'm already doing it, but I just really want to choose the things that makes me happy and then make money with that, but just really, I love to work, but do the things that make me happy. So I think maybe creating an online platform would be a good thing to do in 5 years.
But can you tell a little bit more about becoming a vlogger, like to make all those vlogs and stuff?
So the last 6 months I have been asking myself what I want to do, because so what I just already told you, I want to do more than just dance. I love to dance, I always want to do it, but I want to do more. So every time when I have a job, it's really nice to have that job, but then I was like, a lot of people have no clue how it is to have these jobs, and because my motivation was always watching documentaries and watching videos about the dance life and everything, but I couldn't find enough of these videos, and I always wanted to see more, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start vlogging, and I just want to create the content for people, that people see what happens behind the scenes with all of these jobs, or the journey towards something. Maybe make a video about tips for auditions, or tips to just get through life, or all of these things, and how to combine things, or how to promote yourself. Or I just want to make some tool videos as well, just literally to help people, but also to inspire people. Because when I'm watching vlogs of people, it always gets me motivated, like, oh, I want to do that as well. So I try to be really real in my vlogs, and just have the right content for dancers as well, so it's interesting and people maybe can do something with it. So that's why I started vlogging, and now I'm trying to, it's really hard to combine it with all the other things I'm doing right now with the jobs and stuff, but I try to film during the jobs, and then when I have a day off, I'm trying to edit all of these things. So that's also a little bit the start of making an online platform, the vlogging part, so that I can combine all of these things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Ambitious. I don't know how to say it in one word, but I always put other people on the first place, and I always put myself second. I know that of myself, and I'm good with that. I don't know how to describe that in one word, but creative.
Is there one person who you're looking up to, or you are more concentrated on yourself and like?
I think I'm more concentrated on myself. I have people I look up to, but I'm never a fangirl. I never just have one person. Like of course there are people like Diana Matos. I love her. She's from Portugal. She is. I think she's one of my biggest inspirations. And then Daniela Blanco. I don't know if I like her attitude, but I like the way she dances and all of her knowledge. Yeah, and there are so many more people, but there are also a lot of my friends I really look up to, because everyone just has something, and I'm like, oh, that's so crazy, I want to learn that as well. Like one of my best friends, he is the craziest dancer I know, the craziest freestyle dancer, and every time when I see him dance, I'm like, okay, you just suck me into your world, and I just hope that I can do that as well with people, because that's crazy. So yes, I really do look up to people, but at the end, it's all about me. It's my life, and I try to look up to myself as well, and I try to really be happy with what I'm doing, because I did that a lot. I always look up to people, and I was really that person that I was like this always to people, but then I was like, no, just chill. You're just the same person as everyone else. Even though they maybe have a bigger name, you're just the same person. So I don't try to look up to people that much. I try to get inspired by them, but that's it. And then I'm just busy with me, myself, and that. You know.
Do you have some dreams? Maybe it's gonna overlap with like the previous questions, but some kind of like even craziest dreams, but that you want to achieve one day.
Maybe maybe being the choreographer or creative director actually of a big TV show or a concert. Because next to dance, I always have these visions in my head, and I love to bring them alive, and I just love to be behind the laptop as well and just type and just organize everything. That's the other part of me that I really like to do. So yeah, I think maybe one day being a creative director, and I would just love to travel more and more of the world. That's also one of my dreams.
What would be your advice for us second years?
To accept yourself, to be proud of what you're doing, be proud of your growth, because you're working so hard already, all of you, and just really go outside of school, because at the end, yeah, it's really important to do what you have to do in school, and to just be really serious in the classes, because it helps you a lot, and you're not gonna get this training outside of school anymore. But then maybe it's even more important what you do outside of school. Well, let's say it's 50-50. It's not 70% school and then 30% outside. It's 50-50, because outside of school you get to know people. You get connections, you get to see different things that a school can't show you. A school can't show you the working field. They can't, because being in the working field is so different. Even just going to an audition, even if you cannot get accepted because of school, that's fine, but just go to the audition. See it as a free workshop. Go take classes, travel to different cities as well. Work your ass off to get money, to invest in dance. That's what I did. I always worked so much. And I tried to earn as much as I could, and then in the summer or in the autumn holidays, I just went to a different country, and I went to a dance camp, and I did all of these things. But just try to explore. Be open to literally everything, because everything is gonna help you. Everything, also just everything in life. But always try to accept yourself. Really, that's the most important thing. Try to get yourself out there. Be positive. Inspire yourself. And it's not about your physical body always. It's about your mental. It's really about your mental state. And also, as a dancer and working in a company or being in an audition, people can see if you're mentally ready for it. And then you can be the best physical dancer ever, but if you're mentally not ready, it's gonna be hard. So really focus on you. Do whatever you feel like doing. If that's going to ballet every morning, go to ballet every morning. But if that's staying in bed for one morning because you're too tired, then you stay in bed, and you don't have to blame yourself or have to feel guilty, because we always feel guilty, especially towards other people, not even towards yourself. It's always like, oh, if I'm not gonna go to ballet, other people will think, oh, she's not in ballet. It's your life. So really make all your decisions for yourself. You know what's good for you. Believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, other people can believe in you, but it's not gonna happen. You have to believe in yourself. So just accept all of it, go through it, cry, smile, be happy, be sad, do whatever, everything is fine. But just feel, and everything will be fine. I promise, everything will be fine. That's my advice for you guys.